So how's your day been?
It's been brutal. It's been a good day. I like my days to be brutal.
Oh my God!
How's your day? Your day's been brilliant, right? Because that's the word you guys always use in England. Brilliant, right?
Yeah, brilliant.
That's amazing. This is brilliant, I tell you. Who cuts your grass?
Yeah.
Is that something young guys say too, brilliant, or is that just the old fucks that say brilliant?
Yeah, that's the whole generation thing, I think.
So what do you say now? Instead of the word brilliant, what do you use now instead of the word brilliant?
Shit, piss, fuck, cunt, cocksucker, motherfucker, and tits.
When your day's gone brilliant, what do you say?
Today's been sick.
Oh, there you go. Have you guys ever heard my show before? This is like going to be a shock fest for you guys.
We've researched you and...
oh, man.
You're fucking crazy, man. Show some nipple.
Do you know the Dave Darin Show?
Hot enough to boil a monkey's bum.
Most people say, who the fuck is Dave Darin?
Like Disneyland, I'm the happiest fucking guy on earth.
Who the fuck is Dave Darin?
Who the fuck is Dave Darin?
Are you a puff duck?
He used to be on terrestrial radio, but he got fired.
It's over. Don't you think it's over?
I'll spit, I'll spit, I'll spit.
Who the fuck is Dave Darin?
Here comes the boss fella now.
Dave Darin.
Show. I have a tremendous band on called Liberty Lies. I've got 3 guys in the front, 2 guys in the back. You can see them staying up in the back, guys, a little bit. Stand up. Stand up. He's just coming back from whacking off in the men's room, right? There he goes. We're back here with Liberty Lies. You guys are a real kick-ass band. I was checking you guys out with all your music, and we're going to play a lot of your music today. So tell me, first of all, tell me the guys in the band. Give me your names, the instruments you guys play. We'll get the guys in the back to stand up because the guy's back from masturbating. So now he can stand up and tell me what he does. And so tell me all about you guys. So tell me all about you guys. Who are you? What do you play?
I am Sean. I am the lead vocalist. Adam, drummer.
I'm Bill, I play guitar.
Josh, guitar.
Miles, bass.
Cool, guys. Okay, and by the way, your management's pretty cool. Whoever you have managing you guys coordinated me getting in touch with you guys. So there's great support from people that represent you guys, which is really cool. You guys are in the UK now. Who is the Prime Minister? Is it still Margaret Thatcher?
Yeah.
Is it?
Still 120. Yeah.
Now, Margaret Thatcher must at this point be on Viagra, right? Because her penis is probably needing to be a little bit more erect at these days, right?
Hey, we've all thought about Margaret Thatcher all having a nice toss, don't worry.
So, have you been on? Have you guys been on U.S. radio before, or radio, or TV, or anything at all? Is this your first time across the pond?
No, we've done a few podcasts and we've done some internet radio and things like that. But yeah, we've not done too much. Still quite new, aren't we?
Still quite new. Were the stations you on, were they more fucking peaceful and calm than mine is, or am I like way fucking out there and this is a little more crazy than your usual?
Yeah, this is more like, it's definitely more like us though. Like, we have to be good on other shows.
Ah.
You crazy motherfucker. We're like, oh, he's like us. He's like us. So, you know, we're more comfortable in this environment.
I'm like you guys, so let me ask you this question. So you spend about $100 a week on hookers? So each of you guys are like me, right?
No, I'm an actual pimp, so I'll get them for free.
Yeah, we'll get them from Sean.
I spit on in their mouths.
So tell me, we might as well get to your music for a little bit. So tell us about your music. You guys, in the United States, I'll tell you what they tell, you know, if I interview a band, most bands are resistant to say they're of a specific genre. Are you guys resistant in the UK to say, you know, we're a rock band or a metal band? Do you resist that as well, that answer to a question?
We like to put lots of words in front of our actual genre. So we are just a rock band, but I think we'd say we're an alternative hard rock band.
Okay.
Yeah, even though we have people review us and they're like, They're metal. They're classic rock.
I think everyone has a different view about what something is, how to pigeonhole something. So you just get in a room, you write some music, it is what it is. But I don't know, whatever label you want to label it, do so.
We don't give a fuck as long as you buy the CD.
Now let me ask you this question. So there's 5 of you guys in the band. A lot of times I'll interview bands with 3 guys in the band or 4. You've got 5, so that's a lot more. It's a lot more wealth to go around when you guys are playing at a gig. So, do you dig having 5 guys? Does it make it harder for you to play out and make it financially more stable for you guys? Or I'm always curious about the business end of music.
Well, we don't get paid from gigs anyway. So, like in the UK, it's very hard to get paid for a gig. So that's like, even if we get like £20,
nothing splits 5 ways very easy.
Yeah.
You know,
we'll get one beer. That's it.
It is crazy. It's like that all over. Of course, I'm in the West Coast a lot of the time. I'm in New York City a lot of time. And it is so fucking hard for bands to make money. It's hard for a radio guy to make money. And trust me, I know that. How do we break out of that? Do you guys have any idea or goals? Like, I'll tell you my goal. I'm trying to unite all of the bands to support, not my show. This is your show because I don't play on my fucking show. I get you guys on my show. I'm trying to unite everyone together so everyone gets national syndicated radio, or what we have in the whole U.S. is called Sirius XM radio. So if I can make that happen, I could launch you guys onto a national platform, including some bands from the UK and hopefully the whole globe. So that's my goal. So what is your goal to make your band more successful, more known, more people coming to check you guys out, more product sales? What do you guys do? Do you have a goal?
I think annually, if we can see some sort of development when it comes to either the audience or, you know, financially, I think we're happy. But the ultimate goal is to take over the fucking world.
Starting with the U.S., right? Are you going to start with us or are you going to finish with us because we're fucking freaks?
Everything's statistics now, unfortunately, and everything's about being a business. It's not about the music. So we just like it to come down to what's the best band. And the cream should always rise to the top. And I think at the minute, it's a lot of bands with the most amount of money climbing the ladder a lot faster. So it'd just be nice to have that swing back in the right direction.
Yeah. Now, one advantage you have with that many guys in a band is you all can take on different tasks. Like you can have one guy doing social media. You can have another guy like selling the merch or talking about. So you have that availability with all the people in the band to each of you doing something unique and special and skilled at what he does. Do you guys do that? Do you like partition the workout? Because being in a band is fun. It's a blast, but it's also work. So do you guys have individual tasks that you do?
Well, luckily, we have a few, like, design work. I do all the design work, like the album covers and whatnot. And this dude does he's got a media degree. So he does all the social media videos and that. And Josh, this man here, he's got a degree in musical production. I was going to say theory. Musical production, so like demoing and that, we can just do it in the studio, so it doesn't cost us money. So luckily we've got that behind us, and we all dip into everyone's jobs as well. Like, we just know that we have to do X amount of social media, so we'll delegate it to whoever can do it first and best.
So who's the guy that's got the media degree? Is that which one was that? So you could I'll tell you, the way you make money for the band is you work with the band, and on the side you do adult pornography on the web. That's what you do. Well, you do amateur porn. You do amateur porn and sell that and make money for the band.
Sounds good. He's great. Why before that? Well. Next, I need talent. You're going to have to give Dave some royalties for that.
Yep. Dave needs royalty. Free access to all of the pornography that you guys have. That's great. All I need is free access. Give me access, all right? So,
solo pornography.
So I'll tell you what, guys. Let's play another piece of let's play the first piece of your music. The only thing we played so far was my fucking intro to the show. So we're going to play Vultures. So tell me about Vultures before I play it. Now, the word vulture means is we're picking meat off of a fucking dead body. So now what does vultures mean to you guys?
Vultures is our kind of first song where we looked into religion, and we're questioning a lot of the stereotypes around religion, and we use a bit of religious iconography in the video to try and, just put our points across. We kind of leave it to interpretation as to not offend too much, but it's kind of us questioning religion as a whole.
Wow. Okay. What's some of the? Are you guys all religious people, or are you not that I want to turn this into nothing else but the Dave Darin Satan show? But are you guys all religious at all, or you have beliefs or spiritual or what?
No, we're all unreligious. That's kind of what we're saying in the song.
Okay. All right, well, that's cool. So that means that after the show is over, you don't have to go to confession to talk about what you talked about on my show, right? Okay, so let's play Vultures on the Dave Darin show. We're going to rock this track right now, and here we go, guys.
Spare the time while I'm trying to air this grievance of mine. It would take water to part, bones to mend, for the believing to start. No kind of grace can keep us strong. Hold hands to face the string us along. Provide comfort. Do you hear what they say? Your flock relies on you to bring the sun up each day. No kind of grace can keep us strong. Hold hands to face the string us along. Through trust in minds, see through blind eyes. Clouds of the sky, a vulture's paradise. They say to see is believing, the written word is deceiving. They say to see is believing. They say to see is believing, the written word is deceiving. They say to see is believing. They say to see is believing, the written word is deceiving. They say to see is believing. No kind of grace can keep us strong. Hold hands to face to string us along. Through trust in minds, see through blind eyes. Clouds of the sky, a vulture's paradise.
All right, guys, that's Liberty Live on the Dave Darin Show. Here we go. By the way, my show usually airs at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time, so you guys are going to get like a double pump today because people are watching you right now, but most of my audience comes in later at night. So you guys will be on twice today, so that's kind of cool, right? A little extra.
Awesome. Double pump. Awesome.
So what's going on with you guys in the UK there? What part of the UK are you in? Are you like in London? Are you in a suburb? Where are you at?
We're in a place called the Black Country, which is in Birmingham.
Slap bang in the middle.
Slap bang in the middle of England, which is the same place as Ozzy Osbourne, Judas Priest, Led Zeppelin, bands like that.
The home of metal.
It's the home of metal, we've been told.
Oh, okay, cool. Now, it's funny that Ozzy Osbourne now has a new reality show. I think it just started like last fucking week. Did you know he's back on TV now with his reality gig with his son? What's his?
Yeah,
I thought that.
Yeah, I don't think it's aired yet.
Oh, okay. My wife recorded it, I think, yesterday, and I tried to watch it. And Ozzy now, man, that guy is a harder communicator now than he even was before. It's hard to fucking understand that guy. It's a good thing that in United States TV we have the closed caption button so we can read what the fuck they're saying. Otherwise, we're lost.
It's funny because we understand every word he says. Because that's like, he's from where we're from, so.
That was a good imitation. But do more. Go ahead, do more. Come on. Do more. That's brilliant, man. I love it. That was great. So, did you guys, when you were growing up, obviously you had idols growing up. Was Ozzy Osbourne one of your idols? I mean, he's kind of a different generation, but he still performs. Who are some of the guys you think about?
Back in the day, I think we all listened to Ozzy and bands like Guns N' Roses, and especially Guns N' Roses, massive.
Thin Lizzy.
Yeah. White Bill was slightly different.
Yeah, I've always been a little bit left to centre, so when everyone else was going through the whole Guns N' Roses, White Snake phase, I was off on my own listening to like Tool, Rage Against the Machine, that kind of more weirder, riffy shizzle.
Okay, now I'm curious about the guitar work in the band. I play the guitar, and I've got these pedals where I can play, and I can have I can mimic a Fender Twin amp. I can mimic a different amp. I can even press a button to have it sound like different types of guitars. Now, there's one button on it that says British Rock, and there's another one that says American Rock. When you guys play the instrument, the guitar, is there a certain way or a certain sound you're trying to get to make it sound like British rock?
Good question.
That's a great. We've never been asked that question before ever. So props to you.
Like the British rock though. It's like
I think British rock's more that kind of crunchy.
Yeah.
I'm saying American rock's that more harder, more driven kind of thing. I think we both kind of jump between the two. I think for whatever kind of suits the section of the song that we're going through. We might back it off and have a little bit more of a bite with certain riffs, and then jump over to the more chunky, more American kind of sound for kind of pad a chorus out if you're doing some more chordy kind of stuff. But
I think you do more American because you like the Josh Homme school of guitar, slash with Tom Morello.
Worship Josh Homme for guitar players, so just try and emulate that all the time. So yeah, I guess out of the two of us, I'd say I'm a bit more. Yeah,
I think I just to kind of plug in and play. That's my kind of style of guitar.
I think it's different upbringings. Like the one going, you was a massive blues player with your solos, and Bill's always been the icing on top of the cake. You know
I always try and hide my inadequacies with lots and lots of pedals, so I'm not the shredder kind of guy. I'll just make it sound fucked up and weird.
Well, it's funny, when I first played, I used to be a shredder. In fact, I was really pretty quick at it. But then when I listened back to some of the stuff I did earlier, the shredding stuff was like fucking nonsense. It was like, it didn't have any meaning to it. So it's almost like, don't fucking shred, have more meaning to your notes. Do you guys agree with that?
Yeah. You need some more feel in the notes, I think.
Yep. Okay, so where do the lyrics come from, you guys? Who writes the lyrics? Is it the vocalist writes the lyrics all the time, or what?
No, it's depending on who fancies the job. I think Steve and Josh have written a lot of the lyrics for the new album we're recording at the minute. Just because they brought it up, so I've written this. I've wrote this. It's see how it works. So I'm like, yeah, cool. Saves me a job. Yeah, so it works like that. Whoever's got the lyrics with them, bring them in, and then I twist and turn them to make them fit with the song and make them sound sexual.
Oh, do you make your music sound sexual? Is that an important part of your music? Because you know, sex sells, right? So is that an ingredient that goes into songs?
We don't look like One Direction, so our music has got to push the sexuality of this band. Else we are fucked. So.
When you guys are up on stage performing, now I've had some bands that come on the show and they say, you know, Dave, when we're on stage, we're focusing internally with our talents for the night, our band on stage. We're kind of focusing internally. And I've had some bands that say, you know what, we don't even think about who we are or who our bandmates are. We're just projecting out into the audience. Which do you guys do? Are you like more internally focused or are you guys really concentrating on the audience when you perform?
Well, we love playing audio. It's our favourite thing to do. So if you ever get a chance to watch us, we just look like we're having the best of times. You know, we're all smiling and rocking out. And we feel like the audience, it kind of rubs off on the audience. And
yeah, it's become a kind of turn of phrase. We try and push as much energy on stage as we can. There's a band that we kind of all idolise, that broke up next time called Let Live. They're known for being very, very energetic and mental on stage. So that's become a kind of turn of phrase for us now, is just let's let live it.
So we just, I mean, the amount of times we get bangovers, if you don't know what a bangover is, it's when your neck, you get whiplash from the night before, the morning after, and like
lasts for days.
It lasts for days. When you're on tour, first day, you get, we're very fucking stretchy. We don't stretch, we're not that kind of band. The only thing that stretches that. That's the only thing that
Yeah, you gotta watch how you, that's why you have some neck ailments from all the oral sex, right? Oral sex with the women, right? Let me ask you this question. Do women in Great Britain or the UK or whatever you want to call that fucking place, do all the women there shave their vaginas? That's a big thing in the United States, that they all shave the vaginas.
I'd really like to know.
I would say yes.
You would say yes?
What would you say? Yeah, I'd say yeah, they like to keep it fresh and, you know, like about his bottom, kind of like, whatever that sound makes is what they're like. Yeah, it's not like 70s bush over here, if that's the what people feel. What's it like in America? What's the bush like there?
Well, look at me, how fucking old I am. So you think I'm getting more bush than my wife's bush? I'm getting and I am, but don't tell her, okay? This is an interview between you and I. But my wife is my age. She shaves. Now I don't know where that came from. I better ask her. Hopefully she doesn't have a boyfriend on the side who's telling her American women shave the bush, so I'm fucking you instead of your husband. So shave the bush. So hopefully that's not going on. Oh my God, I hope not.
Some of the folks like the old shaving bush, and the older folks like to keep it natural.
How about yourself? What's going on?
Nah, fucking. Mine's natural as fuck, mate. I haven't got a fucking you can't even see my dick, or it's just head. So it's like the Chinese guy from the hangover when he gets comes out the back of the boot. Yeah, it's just like a thumb coming out. It looks like.
That's funny. I did get that question right now on chat. Do you guys shave your genitals? Do you guys shave?
Yeah. Before I go on tour, I like to freshen up down there just to trim it, and then because it gets sweaty and it's knocks up. You don't need to knock, man.
Oh, it was Dr. Evil in Austin Powers that once said there is really nothing like a freshly shorn scrotum.
We don't call it a scrotum, we call it a ball sack in the United States, by the way. We just get right down to we forget science, and we call it based upon what it looks like. It looks like a couple balls in a sack, so we call it a ball sack. We never use the word scrotum. Come on, guys.
You do that with a lot of words though, over there, don't you? Like, was it trash basket or paper basket? They don't call it a bin. What do you call your bins over there?
Well, Well, I've been to the drugstore to get Viagra. That's what we call it. That's how we use the word big. That's how we use it. I'll tell you what, guys. Let's play another piece of music so people are getting the funny, fucked up conversation, but they're also getting some music. So I think next we've got Someone Else, right? That's what we're going to play next?
Cool. Yeah.
Okay, who'd you write this for? Someone else. So was there someone else you wrote this for?
Yeah, it's kind of like a person wishing to be someone else. So this was it was the first single off our album.
It was when Adam was going through the change. Before he used to be a lady, and then he wanted to be someone else, so he becomes someone else in the fact that he grew a penis.
Really? I didn't have one stitch.
Actually come out like a reptile tail. His favourite chopped off goes back.
Yeah. Well, it happened. So
you mean you cut it off and it grows back? Holy shit! I should ask my wife to cut it off because she's maybe going to hope it grows back bigger, right? Because supposedly the first time you shave your face, the next time the beard comes in, it grows in thicker and bigger, right? So hope my wife's thinking if I cut the penis off, I had no idea it grows back until you guys just told me that it may grow back bigger. So there we go. Thank you guys.
Could you put that on film? Because that's something I really need to see.
So this is
Some luck.
So we're going to play someone else, and we're going to dedicate this to Caitlyn Jenner. Okay, since we're talking about. Okay, we're going to dedicate this to Caitlyn Jenner. I will send it to her or him to listen to, and we'll get feedback. I'll let you know what the feedback is. All right. Maybe I'll send it to her and I'll say, please have sex to this video, and we'll have that filmed. All right. guys, welcome back to the Dave Darin Show. I'll tell you what I loved about that video. The boxer was wearing a black and gold robe, and I am from Philadelphia, so Rocky Balboa wore a black and gold robe. I don't know if you guys knew that or not.
Yeah, big fans of Rocky.
Are you fans of Rocky? Do you like Stallone movies? They're pretty cool, right?
Yeah, Daylight is one of my favorite.
Oh yeah, that's cool. So I'll tell you what, I got a chat guy who said, this guy Glenn Harper, I don't know if you know him or not, he just said, just when you thought the conversation couldn't get any more weirder, and we're talking about shaving the bush, right? I don't know if you know him or not, but I think we freaked him out. Maybe he's digging this because it's a different part of you guys that people don't typically see. And let me ask you guys, if you were on like a radio station in the UK, would they be conservative with you guys, or is they as kind of unconservative as the United States is now with our entertainment formats?
No, we wouldn't be talking about Bush. Maybe President Bush, but like other than that, we
He's very professional.
Yeah. Not that you're not professional, but you're fucking crazy.
It's very just normal. It's probably the best word. Just standard.
Huh. Okay.
Good.
So let me ask you this guys. I am kind of a flashback from the 80s. In the United States, MTV used to be the major part of how we listened to music. With the music videos, of course, back then we had like Van Halen on, and we had like Twisted Sister was on, and all those bands, and they all had music on MTV. Then when MTV kind of switched to the Kim Kardashian and Bruce Jenner and all that shit going on, kind of music on TV was no longer as important. So bands were kind of focusing on just the music product, and they weren't really worried about videos as much. Now today, with everyone that has a cell phone, and they're looking at images. So now it seems like music is going back to a real need for music videos. Do you like that, or does that complicate your fucking lives? Because now not only do you have to write music, you've got to craft out how to present it visually. So is that kind of a drain on music? Because you can obviously write quicker when you're just writing music, right? So what do you think?
Yeah, if it was just for the music and there was an image to go over it, we'd probably be a lot bigger than that. But yeah, it's just,
I enjoy doing the video side. It's just that it's a big expense for a band of our level. So it's the kind of thing that we've factored in all the cost of actually making the music. And then as soon as you've made the music, you've got to make the videos to promote the music. You've got to have that product now. And then you've got bands spending hundreds of thousands of pounds on videos. And it's not something we can compete with. So we've got to try and use the best that we can.
Do you think your music has changed now that you're doing videos? Have you guys evolved to a different level? Thinking about, okay, I got to write these songs, but of course now our listeners and our viewers, specifically our viewers, are looking for a visual presentation. So has it changed your music at all?
I wouldn't say so. I think it's more, the video is more of an afterthought. It's something that we have to do, and it's something else that we can look to bring out further meaning of the song. But ultimately, the music should stand on its own, and the lyrics really should tell the story first.
The music's always kind of changing anyway, isn't it? It's always that constant. Everyone's always listening to a different thing at a different time, bringing something new to the table, trying to mix it up. So there's always something else circulating behind the scenes, which will eventually push forward. So.
Okay. Yeah. When you guys are writing your music, obviously what's the first thing that starts? Is it like we talked about earlier, like who wrote the lyrics? But does it start with a guitar riff? Does it start with a jam session where you're just all there, you're free forming and you're just creating at the moment and capturing, maybe you're even recording it and then listening to it later and saying, man, this part of this song kicked ass. Let's use that somewhere and create something around it. So in other words, how does your music get engineered and thought about?
I think we should go bit by bit of what happens in rehearsal. Okay, number one, we walk through the door, we have a cup of coffee. That is the most important thing to do in a rehearsal. Coffee is what makes the wheels turn in this machine. Right. And then we go, Josh, what you got? And Josh goes, with some sort of riff or idea. And then Bill's like, yeah, I love this shit. This is good. What are you playing? What are you playing there? Show me. And then he's like, all right, learn the song. Right, it sounds good. I'm going to try something a little bit different, but I'll work with it musically and on a theory kind of way. And then it'll produce this wall of sound, ready. Some drums. Yeah, that's the drum kit. Then Miles goes, I'm going to try some, just lay this down. Going to go out for a walk. You know what I mean? Just going to go out for a walk with the bass. And he starts playing what he is, and then Steve comes in with his thundering fucking drums. And you know what? It's exciting to see how it all forms. And then I'm like, ah! On the top. And then that's how a song is born.
That was good. That was good. Let me ask you this question. A lot of bands in the United States, they'll be in a band like you guys, yet they will expand themselves and play in another band as well. Now, are you guys firmly isolated to just being talented within this one band, or are you guys playing out with other bands as well and creating that scene with another band, maybe a different genre of music? Or are you guys just all committed to this one act?
Yeah, I think we're just committed to this one because it takes so much of your time up to do what we're doing, like how much we're putting in. I don't think we could do it in another band as well.
Yeah. Okay.
You know what I mean? We do try and, because we have other bands who are friends, and we do try and tour with them so we can stay in like a circle. Bands like, if you haven't heard them, bands like In Search of Sun, they're a really sick band. The Fallen State, they're a really good band as well. Like, bands like that, we try and tour with them so we can keep it in a circle and grow from there.
Okay, cool. All right, have you guys that play your instruments, obviously you got the drum player, the guitar player. Have you guys always played that one instrument, or have you experimented with other instruments and then you decided, okay, guitar's for me, drums are for me? For instance, me, I've only ever been a guitar player. I've never tried drums. I think, of course, everyone's went to a guitar center and banged on drums, but they really never got serious with it. The only instrument I ever got serious with was guitar. Have you guys dabbled in other instruments, the instrumentation guys, and the vocalist, do you play an instrument as well?
We all play
a little bit. Well, I'm really awful at guitar, but, you know, I can put something together. Maybe like the Star Wars theme tune or something like that. Bill was a bass player.
Yeah, it's a bit weird because me and Miles, it's a bit of a switcheroo, isn't it? Cause I'm a bass player more naturally, but I was a guitar player at the time, so of course I'm a guitar player, so I got myself some guitars. And yeah, I ended up down the guitar, but Miles is a pianist really first, wasn't he?
As well.
So I play
pianist.
That too.
Did you just call me a penis?
That too. It's an amazing pianist.
Let's not get back into the shaming of penises again and frustrate, who was it? Let's not frustrate Glenn again with talking about penises and vaginas, okay? Let's not get back into that for him. We'll respect his wishes. So I am curious about this, guys. When you guys are selling your music, selling your product, in the United States, a lot of bands, I ask them, I say, how do you make the bulk of your money to support the band and support your habit, support your adrenaline and all that? They all tell me the biggest product that they sell is their merchandise, their whatever it is, T-shirts, mugs, whatever is. In the UK, what is your best financial gain for a band?
A job.
A daytime? Is it a daytime job? Is that what you're saying? A daytime gig?
We've all got daytime jobs. These two lucky bastards run this studio we're in now. That's their job. So they're just sitting down playing Xbox all day. Yeah, waiting for people to come in to play music. Oz is a pianist teacher.
He's still got the penis in his hand. See that? I knew it.
He's the pianist.
He's naked from the waist down back here.
Oh, there you go.
Bill works for a guitar company. Explain what you do.
I work for it's Headstock Distribution, which is basically Laney amps.
Well, you know, that's not too bad. At least you guys seem to have all kinds of day gigs that are sort of creative, and it doesn't seem as bad as people that are like have like work at a fucking bank or something like that. And then at night they play, they're on stage performing, and that would make it really hard. For instance, it is for me. I'm in technology during the day, and I do this fucked up radio show at night. They're so completely different that the problem with that is when they're so completely different, you will latch on to liking one thing a whole lot and liking the other thing a lot less. So that becomes complicated because I hate my fucking day gig now, to be quite honest with you. And I love doing this, so my life is like in a fucking mess. So it's tough. At least you guys have something similar a little bit. That's better.
Yeah.
Right. We just wanted to full time. That's the ultimate ambition. We wanted to just go out and
everything else is the fun bit.
Yeah, that's what we stopped down here till the early hours in the morning, trying to write the best stuff so we could do it full time. And it is like, as you say, it comes down to finances. And aside from our jobs, merchandise is really the only worthwhile income, because the gigs themselves are next to nothing.
Yep. Can you make a financial gain of your band by just staying in the UK, or do you think you've got to merge out of the UK? For instance, the United States, we have a huge country here, 2,500 miles from New York to California. It's a lot of real estate. So we can play in a lot of big cities across the country. Now, I know that the UK is a relatively small place. Do you have to break out, and do you have to tour outside of the UK to really make it big, or do you think you can work the gig in the UK?
I think we could do it. I think we can do it, yeah. There's bands I know that are trying to break America now, that they sell out arenas and festivals over here. So I think we could. It's just, it would be more difficult and you'd have to be a lot more busy. But, yeah, I think so.
Yeah, okay, cool. So another question for you guys. When your fans are there and watching you guys perform, and they're, how do you write a set? How do you come up with a, obviously I see bands and I'll see on the floor, I'll see their set list. Now I would think that an audience might manipulate the set to you guys wanting to change something, move it up, move it back, maybe not play that song, maybe play something else. Can a set be that dynamic, or do you really have to sit with a game plan of what the set list is? Do you guys improvise a set, or do you really stick with what you've got planned?
We practice a lot before, so we make sure we've got everything tight. And if we need to adjust something in a tour, then we will. But ultimately, we have songs that we have to play, really. So we'll just start with those. We'll go, okay, well, these songs need to be in the set. Try and throw in a song that our fans wouldn't necessarily expect. And then we always try and put at least one new song in a set anyway, just to get people used to that, and we can start testing out the waters, seeing how that song goes down and where our next release will be heading.
Now that's cool. That's going to bring me to the next question, because I was going to ask about new music. So you got new music, you got a new song out there, and you're playing it on stage. Do you make sure you kind of perform it on stage for 5-6 times to see how the audience is receiving it? Because when you go to record it, it's stamped out. It's an item that's already recorded. It's on a piece of vinyl, or it's on a thumb drive, or however you market it, or it's on iTunes already. You spent the money to record it, so it's important that you get what seems like it's going to be a sellable product. So is that what you do? Do you play it out 5-6 times, and then do you massage it, or do you kind of go with what is in your gut, thinking this is our band, this is our music, we got to keep it true to ourselves? What do you do with that new song?
Well, a couple of the new tracks from our next release that we need to finish, we have toured on some occasions, haven't we? Just to see what the audience would think. And to be fair, the reception for the songs have been great. So, but we do kind of look, because it takes, this album has took us about a year, maybe longer. You know what I mean? To write these tracks. So, and they don't necessarily sound like the tracks we first started with. We've gone to different producers and that to outright the songs and to make it as.
We do a lot of pre-production. So we record the song multiple times. We always practice live. Like we're not one of those bands that records a guitar straight into a desk and then we'll put a drum beat to that guitar. We write as a live band, so we kind of get a good feel for, is this song playable live? And then but then in the studio you do add layers that aren't always possible live. And we're very much a live band. We don't play to. There's not like loads of other guitars and backing vocals on the track. We play fully live. So we need to make sure that songs that we're writing can be done fully live.
Cool, okay. I'll tell you what, let's play another piece of music and I want to make sure we come back to you. We're going to talk a little bit more and we're going to make sure the audience knows how to hook up with you, because if we have some new people listening, we want to make sure that they know how to engage with you for new products and all that stuff. So I think the next track we have here is, which one? Do we have, what's coming up next? I forget. Are You Listening? Is that the next one we're doing?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so that's what we're going to play right now. I'm going to switch screens over. And we are going to play Are You Listening? This is Liberty Lies on the Dave Darin Show. We're going to get back and talk to the guys in a second. But enjoy this piece of music. Here we go, guys.
Choices never chosen, and my answers never found. But maybe small talk doesn't stand a chance. Looking back becomes your normal stance. When you become a voice without a reason, might you still believe in? Are you listening? In the fear of never knowing, but maybe small talk doesn't stand a chance. Looking back becomes your normal stance. When you become a voice without a reason, might you still believe in? Are you listening?
Guys, we're going to have a guest caller call in. We got Merle's going to join us. He's going to dial in a second because he wanted to talk to you guys. He's one of the guys that listens to my show. He's in the band as well. So he's going to call in to talk to you guys in a second. So, but we'll still bring you on the call. We'll bring you back until he calls in. So hang on. Switch screens back and we'll grab you back. And by the way, let's see. We also got Rhonda, who said that you guys have a tremendous merch booth. What do you guys do special? What's in your merch booth that she's telling us that you guys really have some cool stuff going on?
We've got
t-shirts, hoodies, kit clasps, lighters, posters, shot glasses, beanies, hats, windows.
Okay, I think Merle's joined in. Merle, is that you?
Yeah, man, I'm here.
Okay, so I don't know if you can hear him, because now I've got the complication of trying to leave it near the recording device and also have the guys hear your question as well. So speak up real loudly and tell us what the question is for the band.
Just number one, hi, great to meet you. Good luck for you guys from out here in LA. How do we get to your merchandise, man? By the third song, I'm kind of hooked and want to buy some of your music.
So Merle wants to buy some of your music. You heard that. That's great. So he's admiring your music. He said by the third song he was hooked. He wants to get in touch with you guys to get your music. Are you guys on iTunes? Where do they get your music? And I want to make sure, by the way, that your music is paid for. So hopefully you're going to say we're on iTunes. Go there, and we got music to download and support the band by purchasing. I'm hoping you're going to say that. Let's get your answer.
Yeah, we've got iTunes, Spotify, Amazon, Apple Music, everything. Our songs out everywhere.
Or you can buy the physical copy of EPs and albums off our website, which is libertylifeofficial.com.
Cool, okay. And by the way, Merle, why don't you shout out the name of your band so that the people listening to the show today and will listen again on the replay at 8 o'clock know the name of your band, and so that the guys here know the name of your band. What's the name of your band?
Cool, man. Thanks for doing that. The name of my band is Black Valentine. We're an LA-based hard rock band. About to release our album next month. We're doing post-production stuff for it right now as we speak. And it'll be released next month. But right now, man, this is all about Liberty Lies, man. You guys are awesome, man. I appreciate you.
Oh, that's awesome. Dude, if you want to message us on Facebook, we can talk more about what we're doing and what you're doing. And we can help each other.
Yeah, man. I'd love to do that. If you guys want to, on Facebook, look for me, Merle Gregory, MERLE. GREGORY, or Black Valentine Music on Facebook, or blackvalentinemusic.com for our website and that stuff, and we can reach out and maybe get something going together or whatnot. You know, like I said, man, we're here in LA, and from the radio interview and that stuff that I've seen so far, you guys look like a great bunch of guys, and I'd be willing to open up my home to you and stuff as a landing platform for you guys to attack LA.
Oh, look at that. That's cool.
That would be incredible.
How cool is that?
Block the songs. Dave, if you could write it down and I'll send it to us. We'll get in touch.
Yeah, I'll connect you guys together. Thanks, Merle, for calling. I'll make sure I communicate with you guys back and forth so you can share business stuff. Okay? Cool.
Thank you.
All right, thanks, Merle.
Great to meet you, and look forward to hearing from you soon.
Thanks, man.
Cool, man.
See you soon.
Okay, thanks, Merle. I'll talk to you soon. All right, so that, by the way, it's Black Valentine, so I'll share that with you guys. So that's another part of this show that I really want people to understand, that the whole idea of this show is to unite the bands and to drive the music industry to that next level by getting bands that typically are not ever heard on terrestrial radio. So that's the whole idea of this show. And for instance, Black Valentine's been on my show. I doubt that they're on terrestrial radio. Terrestrial radio, I don't know if in the UK if you call it that, but that's when you drive down the road in your car, you got the radio on in your car. That's terrestrial radio. So I know that there's a big gap of that. So that's the gap I'm trying to fill. So I'm so glad you guys joined, and I'm glad you guys have an iTunes account out there. So again, so that the people that didn't hear you and were listening to Merle as well as you guys, how do people connect with you guys? Do you respond best on Twitter? Are you more responsive on Facebook? Should they go to a website for you guys? How do they engage with you guys to find out more about you?
We're any of the Twitter, Facebook, any of those sites will reply straight away. It's Twitter at Liberty Lies on Twitter. libertylieofficial.com for the website. Facebook.com/Liberty Lies for the Facebook. Instagram is Liberty_Lies. And we've got a Facebook fan group where kind of all of our fans and friends congregate, and we reply to everyone on there. We do our best to get back to everyone, and just generally
start our own little community.
Okay. Now, you know, I never ask this question because it's the most boring fucking question I could ask any band. And that is, how did you come up with the name of your band? I'm going to ask you that because we're the country that is founded on liberties of individuality, of independence. So liberty, lies, that seems to me like it could be a play on words to talk about how liberties and how independence could be conceived in a bunch of lies. So is it a political statement to any degree, the name of your band?
Oh man, I wish the story was as good as that. We started this band when we were 16 and 17, so there was very little depth. We kind of just wanted to start a band and make some noise. So our favourite band at the time when we started was a band called Darin, and they released an album called Libertad. And we kind of just liked the liberty kind of thing. And we just basically tried every word following liberty. So eventually it stuck on Liberty Lies, and we're quite pleased that it could have been a lot worse for when we were 17 to...
Even though I really wanted Liberty Lesbians, but that, unfortunately these guys didn't want it.
I think it's taken.
It's taken. I think it's lesbian. Sure it is.
Is it really? Is it really? Is it taken? Oh man, that'd be a great name for a band, Liberty Lesbians. That'd be great. Man, you should, you know what you should do? You should, I don't know if you guys are married or have girlfriends. If your girlfriends or your wives are musically inclined, then you tour with them and you name them Liberty Lesbians. And you got Liberty Lies and Liberty Lesbians on the same show. You will book that fucking place. Trust me, you will.
We could dress up as them and they could dress up as us as well. We could be the ladies. And
like we do all the time.
Like you was before.
Yeah.
Yeah, and when they come on my show, your girlfriends or your wives, then I'll get to ask them the question if they shave the vaginas, and then we'll get the answers straight from them without the middleman in between, right?
You'll be like, does your husbands or boyfriends shave their penis? And I'd be like,
you shave your penis?
What? Around it.
If it grows back, it's okay.
I don't mean like shit like carrots. You know what I mean?
And this part of the show was dedicated again to Glenn Harper, who loves our conversation about this topic. So guys, thanks so much for being on the show. I'm going to take it out. I think I've got 2 tracks left, and I can do them back to back because we're at the 58 minute after the hour, and I can go on as long as I want. I can ramble on as fucking long as I want. I've got here Russian Dolls, which is kind of cool because we've got people accusing Donald Trump and the Russians busting in to fuck up our elections. So we'll play Russian Dolls, and Russian Dolls is also poignant because the Russians are banned from the Olympics this year. I don't know if you guys heard that or not. So we'll play Russian Dolls, and there's another reason because I'm having a blow-up sex doll, and she's coming from Russia, so Russian Dolls is applicable for that. And then we're gonna take it out. The very last song we're gonna do is we'll take it out with Fracture, okay?
Cool.
So we'll do back to back, and I want to thank you guys for being on the show. And this will rerun at 8 o'clock, so you get a double pump out of it today. Okay?
Thank you.
Cool, guys. I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks so much for being on the show and be very tolerant guest of my fucking American type of radio broadcast, which is very different than the UK. So tell the people in the UK to listen to this show and see how an American really is an extension of our political system, and radio personalities are just as fucked up as our political people are. Okay? All right, guys. So thanks so much for being on the show. I'm going to drag it over, and we're going to play these songs I just told you about. Cool, guys. So thanks again, man.
All right, thank you.
All right, see you guys later. Ciao. Bye-bye.
do it again. No, my skin is no longer torn. I'm feeling reborn. While your words fall short, it's my problem no more. Now it's his pain to feel, and your hands are still scorched. Things we break, replace. These bones ain't mine to fracture anymore. Take away the shield, expose the sticks and stones, yeah. This aging skin is now become road-worn. It doesn't heal like it did before, yeah. Believed. Let me go. You never believed. Let me go. You never believed. Let me go. You never believed. These bones ain't mine to fracture anymore. Take away the shield, expose the sticks and stones, yeah. This aging skin is now become road-worn. It doesn't heal like it did before, yeah.
breathe, my oxygen is raining. Blood that runs through me races so rapidly, tense my aggression.
Retaliate for justification. All the life from me. You take everything I need. You want everything but